My query is regarding my regular overtime at my ex-firm and reduced holiday pay. So I'm hoping you can advise me on a settlement agreement offered to me by my ex-firm.
Well, first of all, Paul, if you've been offered a settlement agreement, that will always require you to go and speak to an independent lawyer. Have they told you need to do that?
Well, I've spoken to ACAS.
Oh, so is it a settlement agreement, which means going through a solicitor, or is it an ACAS? It's called a COT 3, which is done through ACAS.
Yeah, it's a COT 3, yes. So I've not signed anything,
Okay,
but
fine.
they've advised me to get some I've advised me to get some advice because it's a bit of a grey area, this one, they say, and they're not quite sure on the law, which I find quite astounding. But, I just wanted to maybe speak to you tonight.
Right,
see if you
try
can
me.
Yeah, so my initial query with the firm was this. So my contractual hours were 35 hours working week, so 7 hours per day. But the expectation was for me to work 8 hours per day, which resulted in a regular 40-hour working week. The extra 5 hours which were paid as overtime to me. And this was the case since I started at the firm in 2012.
Yep.
So with that in mind, whenever I took annual leave, public holiday, I was only able to code 7 hours per day, which resulted in a decrease in my monthly salary payments. Yep. So they've acknowledged their error, and they have offered me a back payment, but this is a backstop of up to 2 years.
Yep.
So is this correct, or
yes.
should they?
No. So a law came in 2014 or 15, capping these exact claims at 2 years back pay. Now there are some very technical arguments that law capping at 2 years is unlawful. I'm not going to go into it now. I've argued that it's unlawful more than once, and I've always lost the point in tribunals. One day a judge is going to agree with me because I think I'm right, but it's going to need a test case to go to the Supreme Court, and the money just isn't in it for anyone. It's never worth enough money to go to the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal on this. The reality is, Paul, unless you fancy 5 years of litigation and paying far more money than the amount at stake, they're right to say 2 years, and you're not going to get any more than that.